Hey, what's going on? This is Platinum Pinfall. One, two, three quick stories about pro wrestling. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to knock this one out relatively fast so I can add the pictures and get it out there because a big part of this, of course, is about Blam. Ox. Doing it for Ox, or Oxy, if you listen to the Matt Hankins promo, which was amazing. Here's all the information right here. You don't need me to put it below. We're looking at January 30th, which is tomorrow on a Saturday, at the Heard County Recreation Complex in Franklin, Georgia. Doors open at 7, doors open at 6, excuse me, bell times at 7. And there's the number for more info, 678-858-5568. Do you really need more info? I don't think so. It's all here on the poster, including an unfortunate look and an unfortunately placed exclamation point. It's the great show. It's the show I think you want to go to. Kudos to Wrestling United for putting this show on and all of the talent which is showing up and showing out for this thing. You can just look at the poster. That talent, certainly exemplary, but more people are joining up on this thing all the time. So again, doing it for Ox, a benefit for Ox. If you don't know who Ox is, what you can do is you can take your hand and smack yourself across the face. You better find out, and you better show up to Franklin, Georgia at 6 p.m. when the doors open, 7 bell time, $10, a low price to pay for everybody getting together and for a really great cause, a benefit for Ox. Everybody loves Jimmy Ox, so make it happen. All right. That's the good story. Here's this story. I'm going to make it a little bigger so I can make sure I read this properly. Matt Classic put this thing out. Our upcoming AIWF Wrestling World Shoot Fighting Championship will be under the following rules with an open weight limit. We hope to showcase these matches across the United States and the globe. One 30-minute round held inside a standard wrestling ring. Competitors are allowed to kick, knee, or elbow any part of the body except the groin, as well as headbutt. Punches are allowed to the body. Since no gloves are worn to facilitate wrestling, punches aren't allowed to the head. Although open hand palms and slaps are allowed. Any type of throw or takedown is legal, and competitors are allowed to hit a downed opponent. Additionally, any type of joint lock is legal, as are chokes against the side of the neck. The only foul consists of punches to the face. The only fouls consist of punches to the face, eye gouges, techniques against the windpipe, and groin strikes. Fights are won when a competitor is knocked down for a 10 count, knocked down 5 times, or forced to submit. If neither man can accomplish this, then the fight will be declared a draw. So people contacted me with this, asking if this was a shoot fight, if this was real fighting happening. I certainly fucking hope not. If that's the worst case scenario of this shit. And the best case scenario of this shit is still horrible. Here are your scenarios that this is a legitimate thing, that they're going to be really competing under these rules. No state would allow it, and no pro wrestler would really want to do it, though a bunch are claiming that they want to. That's the worst case scenario. They fuck everybody over, they get everything overly regulated, and it ends up being a huge mess where people are legitimately hurt or maimed for 35 people. in some godforsaken town. That's the worst of the worst scenario. Next level up is that this is some form of pro wrestling. It's some form of like the Japanese promotions that have done similar things to this. This will look like dog shit. I'm just telling you, this will look horrible. You know how many people wanted me to run shows where we did shoot fighting, but we worked it, but the crowd wouldn't really know? Everybody who has suggested this to me, and it's been multiple people, it is a terrible, 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 terrible idea. And then the one that is the least concerning is this is just a joke, which I hope it is. And, you know, if it's a joke, great. But I doubt it is. If it was a joke, it would be the first intentionally funny thing that AIWF ever did. Now moving on to the last thing. All right. So, Georgia Championship Wrestling. Super interesting, right? So they're gonna do a show about once a month, but and they're gonna have a YouTube thing. That's interesting. But the most interesting part of this is Buddy Burke went down and got the footage from this TV show that ran out of Fort Valley, Georgia, this televised wrestling thing like 20 years ago. And he got hours and hours and hours of footage, and they're going to put that up on the website. That, I think, would be a success as long as they did that correctly. As for them running a monthly show, I mean, I guess I wish them luck. They're having their first one in Buckhead very soon. Chris Nelms and company, though, have kind of put out this promise that they're going to be running in different towns once everything opens up, and they're going to be running shows consistently. And they're implying that they're going to be able to draw. That I'm skeptical of, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. And that's what's fun about pro wrestling at the end of the day, right? Anyway, we're going to get this out really fast. So this has been 1, 2, 3, the Platinum Pinfall. Thanks for joining me. What do you want to say?
Unicorn tangs are cool. Also leaf bugs. Those are nice, yeah.
Both of those much better ideas than AIWF shoot fighting.